claw, identical to the claw of a dinosaur, like the famous velociraptor from the film Jurassic Park.
I think it was probably a very good predator, and you can even think of it swooping down on small animals as its prey with these large killing claws and grabbing maybe small mammals, fish, lizards, anything small that it could find. So it's probably a pretty vicious little predator.
Rhehonavis was a bird, but who were its ancestors? The theory that birds evolved from dinosaurs has been hotly debated over a century. If Rhehonavis could fly, it might be the missing link.
I think that it fits in as a perfect missing link. I mean, what more do you need? You have this bird with a long tail and a big raptorial claw, just like Velociraptor, and a number of other features which put it right in with Archaeopteryx. It seems to me to be a very strong link between dinosaurs and birds.
Rhehonavis soared above a prehistoric world little changed in 70 million years. A few miles away from its nest, a river empties into a delta filled with exotic fish. The river lures primitive crocodiles to its shore, while small mammals and lizards scurry through the trees. A herd of hungry dinosaurs is no threat to an airborne predator, but even birds flinched at the sight of another, more sinister monster lurking in the trees. Today, Scott Sampson is on the trail of a primeval serial killer.
One of the most common fossils you find in the field area around here are these teeth with these serrations. We've found hundreds of these teeth, but we haven't found the animal. We've chased all kinds of tails into hills and found nothing.
For weeks, the team scoured the island looking for the missing beast. Then they found another tooth. Removing a slab of rock, Scott spotted a dozen more, all lined up in a row, gleaming in the sun. A few minutes later, he uncovered the lower jaw.
This is about the best thing we could have hoped for this summer. All of us coming out here thought if we can find one thing and one thing only, it will be the skull of Majungasaurus, and here it is sitting right in front of me, so life doesn't get much better than this.
Because fragments of a dinosaur called Majungasaurus had been found here before, Scott thought this was the same animal. But these teeth were longer and sharper. The team had found a totally new creature. They named it Majungatholus, a two-legged flesh eater. 30 feet long, it terrorized Madagascar 70 million years ago. But its most intriguing feature was its skull.
Here in front of me is the skull that we found in 1996, except we've put it back together and we've casted it, and it turns out to be even more spectacular than we first imagined. This is one of the most complete, best-preserved dinosaur skulls ever found.
A skull is the most revealing part of a dinosaur's anatomy. It contains 95% of the information about how it lived.
Each skull is critical. When you interact with another person, you look at their face. When an animal interacts with another animal, often they look at their face as well. It's a place where we see skulls, decorations, horns. They can tell us a lot of details at the species level.
The skull of Majungatholus is unique, if not bizarre. Its surface is wrinkled and adorned with large bumps, one on top of the head and another at the back. Captivated by this strange creature, scientists think that Majungatholus may be the ugliest dinosaur that ever lived.
So what did this animal do for a living? Well, to answer that question, all we have to do is look at the teeth. This is the lower jaw, and you can see it has these very sharp teeth on it with tiny serrations. This animal is a distant cousin of Tyrannosaurus rex. And it is definitely a carnivore, a meat eater. And what did it eat? Well, chances are it ate those long-necked sauropods that we had running around on Madagascar during that time period. In fact, we found no evidence of any animal bigger than this one on Madagascar in the late Cretaceous, and chances are this beast was the top dog, the big predator at the time. Nothing else would have been there to match it.
The reign of terror is over, but not the mystery. Where did Madagascar's bizarre dinosaurs come from? Who were their ancestors? And when did the continents really split? Like the creatures that live here today, the dinosaurs that once inhabited this island also dared to be different. Madagascar remains as puzzling as Africa, the land from which it came.
Africa is a very exotic continent. It is a dark continent.
From Tunisia on the shores of the Mediterranean, south to the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa, this continent is vast and diverse.
Africa is becoming this mosaic of different places that is illuminating dinosaur evolution generally.
Yet so much of Africa waits to be explored.
I know of no other place that has as rich and as widely exposed the treasures of the past.
For the dinosaurs, Africa was the last frontier.